So very, very good to be with you again. Bill Pfeiffer speaking from Mary's Field. I spent last night, like many Americans, watching the Super Bowl, a wonderful, wonderful game. But the advertisements, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. It seemed like an emotional shrapnel shot from a cannon. There was a lack of cohesion. There was a kind of fragmentation, like broken glass being shattered and broken all over my psyche. My brain was being scrambled. It was hard to believe. You couldn't figure out what the ad was really selling, and at the end of it, you still were in a quandary. One piece of color, one piece of action flying every which way, trying to mesmerize people into believing that only the learned or the specially initiated could really understand what was happening and therefore be able to pick up the message. It was another tribute really to our failing culture. So hold on to your heart, hold on to your brain, your soul, your spirit. There's so many forces coming against us at the present moment that it's very difficult to be able to maintain some kind of spiritual and integrity and wholeness. Don't give in. Don't give in. I was talking this morning to a very prayerful person, and the message from the Lord was resist. Resist. Don't bring all of these things into your home, into your life, into your spirit. And the prayer for the United States is really hold us, shake us, wake us. That's the prayer. Keep saying hold us, shake us, and wake us. There's a kind of doldrums that we're in that is affecting the brain and the way that we think and act and feel, and it's not good. It's really not a good thing. So we're interested in truth, we're interested in justice, but they won't work alone without holiness. There's truth. We need that. We need justice. And that's the world's message. And that's part of the truth. But without holiness, the truth and the justice don't last very long. Like the founding fathers said, the Constitution was written for people that had a moral sense, that had a religious spirit in order to be able to make that Constitution become alive and work. Joe was a carpenter, and he hired on to fix an old farmhouse. He got on the job on his very first day, and things didn't go so well. Because he was so excited, he left his lunch on the kitchen table. When he got to work about 2 p.m, his circular saw gave in. And then about 5 o'clock, when he wanted to go home, he went to his kind of broken down truck and a flat tire. The boss was good enough to be able to take him home, and that was really a nice thing. The boss waited at the end of his walkway. Joe walked up the walkway, jumped up and touched the bottom branch of a tree, and then walked on and greeted his wife and his 3 children at the door. They were very happy to have him home. The next day, his boss came because his truck was still stuck at work to pick him up. And he said, I really watched you jump up and touch the branch in that small tree. What was that all about? And he said, that is my trouble tree. And on my way home, I jump up and I leave all of my troubles from work on that branch in the trouble tree. The problems I have at work should not be brought home and affect my wife and my children. And he said, the next morning when I wake up, a funny thing happens. Some of those troubles seem to disappear, and the ones that remain don't seem to be as serious as they were the night before. And so, maybe that's a real message for us all today. Leave the troubles that you have at work and the problems you have at work. Leave them there. In fact, sometimes I used to keep 2 sets of keys, one for where I worked and one for home. And once I put the keys in the car to come home, that was a separate set of keys, and it reminded me, leave the stuff at work, the troubles that you had during the day there. Don't bring them home and have everybody else be involved in those troubles. So, if today you hear his voice, harden not your hearts. Do whatever he tells you. Good being with you, and I'm looking forward to really being with you again tomorrow. God bless.